racetrack again. Remember, he was the rider that was leading the last race, and he pitched it away in turn number 3, and now it looks like he's going to get into second spot. And look at this, he's all climbing all over the leader as they go out of turn number 1, and now Gray falls back into third. But Scott Gray is back out and racing again. Let's see if he can pick up $1,000 now in this race as they head around turn number 2. Okay, Chris Stewart and Scott Gray going for second. We'd probably like to believe that Doug Tolan's the guy out in front. Gray now is taking over second spot. Oh, there's a lot of jockeying for position up there in that first position. We got about 5 or 6 riders all going for the lead. Okay, evidently that's Gray that's now taking over the lead. Look at this, he's really building up a lead now. Gray is definitely angry from that last race, and he's trying to make up for it in this one. He goes down that back straightaway, and he's telling the rest of this pack, see you later, guys. I don't want to have anything to do with it. He goes down that back straightaway at 100 and about 20 miles an hour these open bikes can get up to. Scott Gray coming down the start-finish straight, and it looks like Don Biava running there in second spot. A good race by Don Biava, but he's going to be overtaken. Looks like that was Tolan that overtook him going into second. So we've got 2 Suzukis running 1, 2. Okay, so we've got Gray now, we've got Tolan running in second. Gray now starting to feel a little bit of the pressure now from Doug Tolan. And we're going to have a repeat, it looks like the last race, where Tolan kind of, first couple of laps, sorted himself out and then started picking off riders one at a time. And now things have settled down, and all Tolan has to do is just concentrate on Gray up there in front of him as they go around the fastest part of this racetrack. These bikes can get up to speeds of 140, 145 miles an hour as they swing wide out of turn number 9. Gray's out in front, Tolan's bearing down on him. Gray's on the Dunlop tires, Tolan's on the Michelin tires. So we've got our tire wars starting already between these 2 riders and these 2 tire companies between turn number 1 and 2. Gray on the Dunlops and Tolan on the Michelins as they head around turn number 2. They're both on Suzuki's, and they're both going after that $1,000 first place prize money. Look at Tolan move up on Gray as they go around turn number 2. And now he's probably going to outbreak him going up the hill, so Tolan's going to be all over Gray when they come up to the top of turn number 3 and 4. And there they are. It's still Gray and Tolan, both on Suzuki's, and Don Biava doing a great job in third. Chris Stewart running in fourth. Oh, Gray's got his chin right down on that tank. He is still angry from that last race mishap, and he's now leading this event, and he's dogged and determined to try and stay out there, but little he can do about it. The adrenaline right now is with Doug Tolan. He sees who he's got to go after, and he's closing in on him, just inching on him ever so closely as they come down the front straightaway. He's going to try for a pass. He's in the draft. Let's see if Tolan's going to try and get him going into turn number 1. He's going to try and outbreak him on the inside. Gray's going to hold him off this time around. Gray still holds him off. It's still Michelin versus Dunlop as they head around turn number 1. Remember, your leader Gray on the Dunlops. We've got Tolan on the Michelins as they head around turn number 2, and Tolan is all over Gray. He's going to try and get him on the outside. There he goes. He's almost right next to him. They swing wide out of turn number 2, and now let's see if he's going to outbreak him into turn number 3. Tolan takes over the lead. Tolan it's still Scott Gray out in front. As we mentioned, that was a very unorthodox pass to take on Doug Tolan up there on the hill. But believe me, emotion plays a lot of part in this. And Gray is just angry. He is downright upset that he did so lousy in that last race. He's just going to pass him at will if he can. And here they come out of turn number 9. Still Gray out in front, and here comes Tolan one more time in the draft. Oh, Gray turns around to look to see where Tolan is. It might be a mistake. Look at this. He's right on his rear tire. He's going to try and go to the inside and take over the lead under braking. He goes to the inside, and Gray says, no, I'm not going to give it to you. Oh, they almost touched handlebars going around turn number 1. Whew, that was close. Tolan's now coming back. Tolan's going to try and get him into turn number 2, and they go into 2 side by side. It's Gray out in front, Tolan running in second spot, and as we speak, we're being overshadowed by a rider that's doing real well in third and catching up with the leaders. Suzuki seems to be the fastest rider out there right now. He's running in third, and he's catching up with the leaders. This is an amazing race, and it's not over yet. This 2-rider duo could be a 3-rider duo before it's over. An excellent ride by Bob Reiner running in third. He sees those 2 up in front of him, and he's bearing down on them. It's Gray still holding off Tolan, and Tolan must have found that frightening when Gray passed him underneath him up there in turn number 4, and Tolan's going to try and get him on the inside this time around. Here they come out of turn number 9. Tolan's going to set him up right in the draft again. He's going to get right on his rear wheel. Gray looks over his shoulder one more time, and oh, they're side by side this time, right by the start-finish line, and it's Tolan on the inside. He's going to try and outbrake Gray. Gray says, no, I'm not going to let you do it. Who's going to let off? They go into turn number 1 side by side, handlebar to handlebar, wheel to wheel. Woo, that is close. You have to trust the other rider with your life when you do that, and these 2 guys know each other's moves very, very well as they head around turn number 2. Tolan's out in the lead right now with Gray bearing down on him, and keep in mind, Rob Reinen is right in there as well. Chris Stewart still running in 4th spot. Malcolm Hill running in 5th. And 110 Jim Poet running in 6th. Back to the lead. This is where it is. $1,000 on the line to these 2 Suzuki riders. These were the 2 riders that did such a tremendous job in that Formula USA event last month. They set up a great race, and they came right across the start-finish line side by side, and it looks like they're going to do it again in this Suzuki GSXR sponsored event one more time. Tolan's leading this time around. Gray's in second, going to try and set him up for a pass. Another lap's going to get clicked off. We haven't seen the white flag yet. Here they come out of turn number 9. Down the front straightaway. Boy, this is the biggest lead I've seen all day out here between these 2. Tolan out in front. Gray in second. Gray's going to crawl all over him. Bob Ryan dropping back in 3rd spot. And in 4th spot, it is still Chris Stewart. Then comes Malcolm Hill and Jim Poet. And in 6th spot, 793, that is Dave Sataris on the Suzuki. Okay, Open GP, Formula 1, and Formula 2 up to the pre-grid, please. Open GP, Formula 1, and Formula 2 up to the pre-grid. Great race going up the hill right now. It's still Tolan a little bit. He's kind of dropped back. Event, it was these 2 riders going right down to the checkered flag, and they're going to do it in this event. They come out of turn number 9 and down that back straightaway. Tolan and Gray in that order. Remember, Tolan is on the Michelins. Gray's is on the Dunlops. What tire's going to win it? You can bet the Michelin van and the Matzinger Racing crew are looking very interested in this race. Here they come out of turn number 9. They're going to get the white flag. These riders now know they've got 2.5 miles to go to decide this. And here they come across the start-finish line. And it's Tolan and Gray. And we're going to keep our eye on our leading action right here. Gray's going to try and get around Tolan. He gets on him. him, but he doesn't quite make the play yet. He probably hasn't in his mind what turn he's going to try and make the pass. So he's probably going to hold off until then, but we're going to follow him all the way around this circuit. They go around turn number 2, and Gray hanging right on the rear tire of Tolan. I think he knows where he wants to pounce, and he's going to do it at that exact spot. They come out of turn number 2. He's right on his tail, and he's going to try and outbrake Tolan into 3, and he doesn't quite do it. Tolan shuts him off. It's still Tolan and Gray, so I think Gray may be trying for a pass in the probably turn 7, turn 8 area. They go now. They're down off of the hill. There is nobody between them and the checkered flag, so there's not going to be any lapped riders that are going to decide this one. It's all rider ability, and it's Tolan and Gray. The accelerators are wide open, and here's the run to the checkered flag. They go down the back straightaway. It's still Tolan. Let's see if Scott Gray's got anything left. Remember, on AMA National Circuits, these guys are going to be teammates. They're both going to be riding for Vance and Heinz Suzuki's. Uh-oh, Gray did something, and he lost a lot of area. He lost a lot of yardage to Tolan, but he's coming back. They come out of turn number 9. Here comes the checkered flag is out. Here it comes. Is Gray going to catch him? It's Tolan and Gray. Tolan and Gray coming down to the start-finish line. It's going to be Doug Tolan taking the second win. Tolan picks up $2,000. Scott Gray picks up second place in the 1000cc. 500. Kevin Clark to the trophy room, please. Kevin Clark to the trophy room. Excellent ride by Bob Reinen. Bob Reinen doing an excellent job finishing in 3rd spot. This is the Open GP Formula 1 and Formula 2 up to the pre-grid, please. Open GP, Formula 1 and Formula 2 up to the pre-grid. And here's the rundown for the next race. In the Open GP class, 606 Ken McNeil, 232 Paul Vogel. McNeil on the countdown.